Ew, that's a weird angle. What's up, guys? I'm live. I'm live everywhere. I'm gonna see if I can get a better angle on this thing for you guys. You guys can see me. Okay. This makes my body look big. All right. I'm here. I'm gonna wait for people to start joining here. Thank you guys all for tuning in. If you guys are on Facebook, I'm doing everything via YouTube. I'm trying to get more people to the YouTube channel. So if you're watching me through Facebook, please go to the YouTube, join in there, give me a like, share, subscribe. I just started about a minute ago, and I'll be answering a lot of questions on there and kind of doing a chat. For those of you that don't know, on Facebook, I've been doing these live streams for the last week or so, and it's been working really, really well. So get over there, and I'm going to explain some stuff. So I'm going to rarely look over here. More going to look straight, and that's why. That's why things are happening. But we're doing some editing. Look at this. I don't know what that is. You guys can see that. Hey, YouTubers, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Take a second if you're here and you're new. Please like the page, subscribe to the page, like the stuff that I'm doing. And read the description, super, super important. It has some information on how to get a hold of me, on how to send me stuff, and how to just kind of keep this channel going and help you guys out the best way that I can. With that being said, I always ask for a little help at the beginning of these and talk about Hatch Lab. Hatch Lab is a amazing art nonprofit that we've just created, and we got it a little bit earlier than expected, but art education, helping with the Reno Sparks Lake Tahoe community, and working with schools and other nonprofits and other people to kind of build our art community with workshops, mentorship, stuff, anything that we possibly need. And we're growing right now. It's brand new to us, and like I said, it came way quicker than we expected. So that's kind of what where we're at right now. Also, if you guys are taking a second to watch this, today's topic on YouTube is I broke my camera today. Today, my $3,500 plus a grip, like a $4,000 camera, broke in the middle of a shoot. So we're going to talk about that, and we're going to talk about that in a little bit. So I'm doing a little bit of editing now. If you guys are on Facebook, go to YouTube. Go to the tubes. And check me. I'm going to see if this works better. But sorry for this angle. My phone's just hanging here. What does it invite? What it says you guys joined, but what am I inviting you to? What do I invite you to? What am I inviting you guys to? Cool. And guys, if you're on YouTube, please go ahead and give me a little chat. Tell me what's up. Ask some questions. We're here. And in about 7 minutes, we're going to talk about what we're supposed to talk about today. And that is my camera broke. My camera broke, So we're going to figure out, we're not just talking about my camera, but I'll tell you what happened with my camera. And then in turn, we're going to talk about insurance and what you guys do. And this can be for anything. This can be for any career. We just have to kind of figure it out. My computer's going really slow today, guys. Sorry. And while you're watching me on the tubes, I'm editing a wedding from about a month and a half ago in Squaw Valley on a Wednesday, and we're doing our batch edit on these. I'm only going to stream till about 2:30, so you're probably not going to see the end results of these weddings until I post them on Facebook or something like that. So yeah, I don't know what's happening with my computer. Is this light distracting? I feel like it is. I feel like that's probably better. That's better. Whatever. So guys, I have two cameras on YouTube. I have one on me, one on my hands, and the gear that I do. Of course, this camera is what we're talking about today. Little iPad setup, all the stuff you can see in the description of the channel itself to kind of see what I'm using and what I'm doing. And the thing I love about this edit today is that it's very vintagey without me making it vintagey. And I have no idea why my computer's going so slow. It's freaking annoying. Guys, the two people, one person, come on, stay with me, stay with me. I'm doing a live stream on YouTube, so if you're watching on Facebook Live, please go to my YouTube channel and jump on there and say what's up. What's up? Thanks, Joseph. Yeah, I mean, it was awkward, man. It was weird. It was awkward. It was scary. But I had a backup camera, so I was able to continue the shoot without stressing out too much. Although I was doing headshots, so every single headshot that I was coming into started to freak me out a little bit. Guys, if you're joining on on Facebook Live, please go to my YouTube channel, sit on there, and just sit there and just listen to me talk, type some stuff. Let's get weird. And in about 4 minutes, we're going to talk about our topic today. I'm going to let everybody get in here when they can. And we'll kind of make that happen. Wow, my computer's going. This is going to be annoying. This is going to be super annoying. Do it. Cool. So I've done 2 culls on this wedding, which means I've gone through twice, deleted the images I don't think I like. And I'm just kind of editing the ones that I've kept, even though I don't know if I'm going to keep all of them. This is a black and white for sure. Just the lighting in this was a killer lighting. Cool, bro. Cool, bro. Guys, if you're just tuning in, please read the description. Some important information on there, how to get a hold of me, about Hash Lab, what we do on this channel, stuff I use. If I'm missing anything on there, let me know. Ask a question. I can totally... Joseph, I can. But usually by the time people see that link, I'm already done streaming. But I'll do that right now just in case. I'm going to post a little link to Facebook here so people can kind of see. But I have people watching on Facebook Live, which I have an easier audience to get to out there. So I'm going to push them all to this. I'm live, guys. Until... Oh my god. Oh my, what has just happened? Did I even type that? That's so frustrating. Cool. Posting to Facebook. I post to Facebook. It is up your alley. But what can I do? Ooh, I can put user in a timeout. Yeah, I mean, let's do it. Let's talk about it now. So earlier today, I was doing headshots for a company, and everything was fine. It's a 5D Mark IV, so you guys can see it right here. So this is a 5D Mark IV. This is amazing. I love this baby. I have a 5D Mark III and a 5D Mark IV. We can talk about this all day long. I actually like the 5D Mark III better. I don't feel like the 5D Mark IV does anything new for me as a photographer, but whatever. So I got this thing going, and what happened was, I don't know. I was inside an office. There's no water. There's no anything, because that's the first thing I always think of. Like, oh, it got wet. Totally fine. I couldn't focus after maybe like 300 shots in for the day. I couldn't focus, so I was pushing this little focus button and nothing was happening, and it took me like a minute to figure out something was actually going wrong with my camera. So I started playing with it, started tweaking it, and then I noticed that when it was on, I couldn't actually hit any of these buttons right here. This wouldn't do anything. None of these would do anything. The only thing that would work was the light on the top, and then this star button. The star button. And I think, I don't know if I actually changed that setting or not. So, I couldn't figure it out. So after like 5 minutes of trying, apologizing, and, you know, joking with people, I was like, it's done. So I have my 5D Mark III. I pulled that out. Luckily, I have my backup camera, because if you don't have a backup camera, you are freaking cray-cray. Get a backup camera for your life, guys. Get a backup camera for your life. So started working on it, but in between my shoots, I would pull this camera out and just try to play with it and see if it worked. Nothing happened. So I was an hour in. I go home. I get home. I look up Canon's phone number, and then I go on, and then all of a sudden, magically, everything's working again. I don't know what happened. I have no idea. I can't recreate it. I'm going to call them and tell them what's going on without sounding like a freaking crazy person. But I'm hoping that something happens. So, you know, reading on Google and YouTube and all that. It's a horrible angle. This is a horrible angle. Remind me tomorrow. Yeah, remind me tomorrow. Going on Google and YouTube. You know, why didn't I do this? I'm sorry, guys. Hopefully you guys could have heard me. Hopefully you can hear me better now. So going on to like Google, I started to figure out. Do I look funny there? That a lot of people have actually had this problem, but they didn't know. They didn't know why. And I don't know why. So it's actually happening to a lot of cameras over the last like 5 years. So if you guys know what's up, let me know. What do you think? Steve, I don't know. If any of the buttons stick, this could be causing the problems. Yeah, I mean, I pushed every single button a whole bunch of times. I tried everything that I thought of in my troubleshooting at the time. When I got home, I didn't do anything different either. So I'm not 100% sure what happened, but it's working now. I will be getting it cleaned next Monday. So I'll ask some questions then too, just so we can see if, you know, I'll see if anything's working, but, or if anything does change or happens. But yeah, man, it was annoying. It was super annoying. I got Matthew Lynn in here. What up, buddy? I'm second shooting my first wedding this weekend. Would love to any tips or see future videos about the topic or second shooting or assisting. Love this. Love this. Love this because I utilize second shooters a ton. So, Steve, I know that's you. I know that's you from Camera Clinic. Can you move back to Sparks, please? Because we have nobody. We have nobody. We're shooting with dusty stuff. I'm not sending it out. We miss you. We all miss you. We all talk about you. Everybody does. So, Matthew. When I look for a second shooter, the big thing that I need from my second shooter is, I don't like that. The biggest thing that I need from my second shooter is somebody that is going to get all the candid shots and every shot that I cannot personally get myself. I feel like a good second shooter, their job is to support the first photographer and getting these different angles that actually mean something to somebody rather than going off and doing their own thing. Or, you know, a second shooter should never be one to go do one thing on their own. What I mean by that is if I'm shooting the bride and the bridesmaids, the second shooter is not shooting the grooms and groomsmen as their final shot. They can go hang out with them if they're grabbing a beer or whatever, but my job as a first photographer is to shoot the bride and bridesmaids and then leave them be, and then shoot the groom and groomsmen and then leave them be. My second shooter is always on the opposite angle of me. So when I'm hanging out with the girls, they're hanging out with the dudes, and they're just hanging out, grabbing cool shots, grabbing epic portfolio shots for themselves. That's a good second shooter to me. So congratulations on your first wedding this weekend, second shooting. Make sure that you are dressed to impress, but you're dressed comfortably. Make sure that you have enough batteries, and if you have enough, get more. Make sure you have enough memory. Make sure that you're overshooting for the day. Make sure you're overshooting for the day and delivering amazing images. I don't know if your first photographer is just going to take all the images from you and then go from there, but if he's not, then your job is to cull it down and give him just, you know, I always tell my second shooters, I don't want to see more than 100 images per hour. So what that means is if it's a 10-hour wedding that we're shooting together, I don't want to see 1,000 of their images. I want them to cull it down and break it down so I see less. I don't want to see all those images. It's, you know how hard it is to cull somebody else's images? What other tips? Who else is on the channel? What other tips do we got? So I'll totally do some, second shooting. I'll kind of go through some, when I have some edits from actual second shooters, I'll kind of see what we look for in that as well. But what I want you to remember is that hopefully you can use this for your port too. So overshoot, man. Just have some fun with it. Overshoot. Try different things. Always get your go-to shots first, and then once you get your go-to shots, then you can play. So what that means is if you're shooting the shoes, shoot the shoes the way that the bride would want it, maybe 2 or 3 different angles, and then you can play and get creative. Don't just do creative stuff only, because that might kill you depending on your clientele. Dun dun. But is there something that you're worried about, Matt? About this wedding? Is something that makes you nervous that we can kind of ease your mind a little bit about? Joseph, yes, I thought that too. So I actually took the whole, I took this off. I took the whole battery off, put the battery in, nothing changed. What I did notice, and it's not doing it anymore, is that this thing has an on-off button. And I've noticed, there's no lens on it, that when it was on or was off, it wasn't letting me do anything. Now it's letting me do whatever. And then when I turned it off, but like so it's off now, but like that didn't really do anything. I wanted to be able to replicate it so I can tell them. But yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's just one of those things, right? It's just one of those weird things. Guys, if you're watching on Facebook, please go to YouTube. We're having an amazing conversation on my camera broke today, along with a few other things. We have some second shooter questions on weddings. We have Steve in the chat. I don't know if he's still in there, but he's from Camera Clinic. And all you photographers out there, he'll be here next Monday. I want to say for 3 or 5 days. I can't remember. But he will be in Reno doing camera cleaning. He is the only person that I've ever used to clean cameras, the only person I trust. He did a bunch of my lenses, actually fixed the 78-200. He's amazing. He does not live here anymore, so if you are here, get here. How's that for a plug? I'll invoice you later. I think you're going to be busy, Steve. I feel like, just from the posts that are out there, I think you're going to be uber busy. My computer's going really slow today. Ugh, it's just making me mad. Monday through Thursday, guys. Steve will be here Monday through Thursday, faux show. And I think the faux show is just in case he gets busier. I'm not sure. But he really should just move here. Nevada Fine Arts. Nevada Fine Arts in Reno, guys. It's off South Virginia. Just get there. Depending on how busy he is, you might have to drop it off. That'll be black and white. You might have to drop it off and come back and pick it up later. So I might be doing 2 different runs depending on what's going on because I have a couple shoots on Monday. So right now I'm just playing with my lighting and exposure, my color. I'm going with this vintagey thing. We've done our culling, we've done our base edit already, so now we're just kind of tweaking before we do our final edits on everything. Matt, not particularly. I've done a lot of research, generally feel very prepared. How do you carry gear around in your wedding? I have a Think Tank hard drive, which holds all the gear, practical carry around. I think a messenger bag. So you might not have time to get a messenger bag right now, Matthew, but look at peakdesign.com. I want to say Peak Design, just look them up. I use the messenger bag that's on there. It's freaking amazing. So how I do things is I have a main bag that I wheel everything in, and I'll actually show you right here. Hopefully I can bring this camera back easily. Let me move this so I can see what I'm doing. So do you see that bag right there? So this bag is a Think Tank, or it's a Lowe's. It's like an airport something, so it's probably the same thing you have. But this thing has wheels. All my gear stays in there as far as what I call my natural light gear, speed lights and all that I can carry to a wedding. That stays in the back of my truck. From there, I will then take, is this back? From there, I will then take, oh, that looks better. I have the messenger bag that I wear, and I actually have an assistant always. I don't think you'll have an assistant if you're second shooting. But I have a messenger bag, and then I carry my cameras on my hips using the Capture Clip Pros through Peak Performance. So like the spider belt, I carry them on my hip. One camera, the other one's in the bag, and that's really it, man. So I carry everything, and then my messenger bag has everything that I need. My assistant's always rolling my other bag. They're always in both view just in case I need anything. If I'm for sure I don't need anything in the big bag, it can stay hidden, but I'm never for sure about anything in life. What's up, guys? If you're on Facebook, hey, we're all over here on YouTube. I'm live on YouTube. If you guys would just go there and check me out and then ask some questions and kind of go from there. Sorry, I'm not really looking at the Facebook. I just have it there to try to get some more of y'all to join me over here. And you can see my editing and what I'm doing, and it's all attached to my computer and stuff. So guys, if you're just tuning into the channel, please go ahead and take a second and read the description. Give me a like, subscribe to me, be my friend. What we're going to do today is talk about how I broke my camera today. We have Steve on, who's talking about camera stuff and what he's doing. A couple questions here. I'm happy to talk about anything. If not, I'll go to my default and what happened to my camera. We kind of talked about the beginning. Also, learn about Hatch Lab. It's a new nonprofit in Reno, and it's mine. I'm a president of it, and we're building, and we're looking for sponsorship. We're looking for money. We're looking for donations, and it's the hustle of that. But if it works out, it will work out. We are more than excited to bring more of what we've been doing to Hatch to the broader community, and more than just photography and videography. Oh, I love these edits right here. Yeah, Matthew, look at the messenger bags. You'll love it for your day-to-day. So Steve is writing some stuff here. He's going to be at Nevada Fine Arts Monday through Thursday. He has 84 cameras lined up so far. It's 1301 South Virginia Street. He just pops up a little thing there. Actually, I don't know how it works. And then you just drop your camera off. He cleans it. He gives you a call when it's done. I'm not sure of the prices. It's anywhere from 50 to 70, I want to say. So I'm sure it depends on the camera, the lenses, and all that fun stuff. It's local. Those of you who are watching and used to take it to Gordon's, he's the one that does it for Gordon's, and the reason that they had to send it out was because he moved. So he comes back a couple times a year just to clean our amazing cameras. I'm sure he's here for another reason, but I'm going to assume that it's for us and only us, because that's how I live my life. Joseph, yeah. So, I mean, you know, I tried everything. I stopped it. I let it sit. I actually took my batteries out, put new batteries in. I always have like 10 batteries charged, ready to go just in case, because I'm always a worrywart about that. So, honestly, like, I'm a really good troubleshooter, but, dude, it got me. Like, it got me. Am I too loud on this? Am I too loud? Am I cool? But it got me, and it freaked me out, and whatever. Facebookers, go to YouTube. Go to YouTube. We're having a live convo. We're having a chat. Please join me over on the tubes and hang out. I have 6 people watching. Oh, love it. Ooh. Hey, Steve, is it $50 per camera and lens? Like, do you get one lens attached, or is it just, is that extra? I mean, $50 a camera is freaking amazing, guys. Get your cameras cleaned. Get your cameras cleaned, please. All right, these batch edits are easy peasy done. Ooh, that'd be cool, black and white. Yeah, if Best Buy has them, take them. Best Buy will always match anything on Amazon as long as it's sold by Amazon, any website as long as it's reputable. So make sure that they'll check it for you, so you don't have to bring anything in, but just make sure that they check it for you. But do that. The only sucky thing about that is you're paying taxes. But, you know, we love Best Buy, right? Yay. Best Buy's hit or miss with me, man. Carlos, yeah, mine's my new camera too. Like, I don't know. I mean, I bought my camera from a local friend here, and nothing's wrong with it. I have had no reason to whatever, and that's the thing that annoys me. It's like my older camera, my older 5D Mark III, was amazing. It still is amazing, and I never use it anymore. But the 5D Mark IV just breaks after like. Okay, deal of the century, guys. Hey, Logan. $50 per camera with lens. Depending on the amount of additional lenses, may be more. Bro, $50 with the lens to clean your camera, your sensor. It looks brand new when he's done with it. I don't know what he does. Don't try to clean your own sensors, please, guys, because you can break some stuff and it'll show up in every image or not even be able to use that image. Don't do it, okay? Take your crap in and get it properly fixed. But that's amazing. So while we have more people here, Facebook people, go to YouTube. New people here, please read the description. Find out how to get a hold of me, how to send me stuff, how to send topics, things that you're interested in. I do everything via email. It would be awesome. Thanks you, Joseph. And we're going to be doing a critique in a few days. So if you guys want to send me images to do a live critique, we can do that. And I'll be streaming every single day around this time, I want to say. But it might change depending on scheduling and all that fun stuff. Anytime, Steve. Although I feel like you're going to be... I think you're going to be good with the 84 lined up if everybody shows up that way. But today, guys, today I was in a shoot. Read the description. My email and all that stuff's in the description. Everything's to the bottom. I think the very last thing says, questions, ask me at JeramieLu.com. So all my info should be on there. And then, guys, you can click on the bell. It'll tell you every time I go live, and if you're there, hang out with me. If not, it's cool. I understand. Whatever. I'm not here. So I was doing a shoot. My camera just stopped working. All the buttons on the back stopped working, and didn't know what happened. So I had to switch cameras. Luckily, I had a backup. I was fully prepared to send it into Canon, although I'm going to wait on that a little bit. And it sucked. I couldn't troubleshoot. I couldn't figure it out. Changed out the batteries. Took my battery grip on and off. Changed lenses. Went to manual. Went to auto. Turned off the grip. Turned on the grip. Oh, something's in my eye. I have no idea what happened. So I still don't. But I got home, and out of nowhere, it worked. Right when I was calling. So I'm gonna have Steve take a look at it, see if he notices anything. You know, hopefully not, but hopefully yes. And if it's good, it's good. We're in wedding season, so I'm really weary about sending anything away during wedding season. I would rather, honestly, just buy a brand new camera and send it in, and then return the new camera if I had to. But crap. Dude, new subscribers. Oh, 2 new subscribers? You guys are the best friends I could have. Yeah, I can do critiques anywhere. Just send me an email with the... So the cool thing with this is that it will be... I don't have an update now. I actually updated it the last update, and I checked to see if there's a new update. I don't think there is one, but I'll check again just in case. It didn't feel like a hardware, or it didn't feel like a software issue. It felt like a hardware issue. Something wasn't connecting some way, but I could be wrong. Could you do a website Facebook critiques too? Yeah, I'm game to do whatever. Just send me whatever, and if you miss it, I'll actually title it critiques. So if you miss me actually being on live, you can go back and watch it, and we can kind of chat about it too during the comments. I am happy to do so. Facebook people, you guys are awesome. Go over to YouTube. Go to YouTube. We're on YouTube. You can see me editing, doing some stuff here. So guys, we're just doing, working on a wedding here. My computer's a little slow, so I'm not really feeling it. But we're just doing some editing from a Wednesday wedding a few weeks ago. Oh my God, that is hard. So we're going to find the middle. We're going to do our detail edits later, but sadly you guys will not be with me for that. So right now we're just making sure our exposure is cool, the pictures are cool. It's not a fast process, but it's a process. Hey Phil, I photographed my first wedding in May and watched some of your videos to prep. Oh, thanks. That's actually awesome. So YouTube is theoretically new to me to a point. I mentor a lot in Reno and Sparks where I live. YouTube was just one of those things where people started asking me about stuff, and I never really had time to meet with everybody one-on-one. So I was like, hey, let's do YouTube videos based on what people are asking, get a lot of people to watch it, and it actually became pretty cool. So I'm excited to make this channel grow the best and the easiest way that I can with you guys. So, you know, please push me out, tell people about me, whatever. I'm father photographer. I'll talk about theoretically anything that's going on with my life. Business is my life. Although I'm a photographer, business comes first. Eyes are closed. But I'm happy, man. I'm so happy that, how was the wedding? Was it amazing? Did you do well? Were you nervous? The clients love it? Because all that matters is the clients love it. Hey, guys. I should put a sign on this that says, go to YouTube. You go to YouTube. Join in our, in our convo. How do you spell convo? Convo on YouTube. Cool. Go to YouTube. So I'm going to pick up my girls in a little bit. Oh, I already went through these. Cool. I'm going to pick up my girls in a little bit, and we've got an orientation for First Tee of Nevada. My daughter Ryan wants to start golfing, so I have to go through an orientation. If you guys have kids, you know you got to try your kids on like all the stuff, right? Like everything, just to make sure that whatever they do, they love. So we're at a point now where the girls are trying golf, or at least Ryan is. So I'm going to go to the orientation. I don't know what to expect. I don't know. I mean, yeah, they've done dance. They did basketball for a little, ballet, gymnastics. It's a thing. Phil, awesome. I'm glad to hear that, man. Feel free to send over images or whatever. I'd love to see some of that stuff, or a link or whatever. That'd be cool to see. Do you have another wedding lined up? How do you feel? I think I did my first wedding like 8 years ago after like 5 months of having a camera. It was a bad move. Don't do that. You know, I made like $100, and that wedding's somewhere. I don't know where it is, but God, I was shooting with the Sony A300 that I bought at Best Buy, and it just, I feel, you know, we didn't have, so it was a night wedding. This is how weird it was. It was a night wedding in Tahoe, and and they didn't have lighting outside. So somebody in their truck had floodlights. So I was trying to do family pictures with floodlights, having two people hold them up. I never even thought about that. So I was like, oh my God, it's nighttime. I didn't even have a flash on my camera. Like, I had nothing. Oh my God, yeah, it was tough. Granted, I did try. So, like, you guys know my story. I mean, a lot of people know my story. Thanks for the links. I will, I'll do that vid, hopefully this week. So far I have, you're going to be my third person that sent me some stuff. So I'm waiting for something I can actually do an hour on, which is awesome. Thank you. Guys, thank you for joining on Facebook. Go to YouTube. This is YouTube over here. Go to YouTube, join in the conversation, read the description. Those of you that are here, read the description. Please, please, please read the description and then learn more about Hatch Lab and how you can donate to us, and how you can help Reno's art community with the lab. So you guys know my story, right? So when I first started photography, I was gung-ho. I'm an entrepreneur, so I was a massage therapist at the time. And my big thing was, my big thing's always been never reinventing the wheel. And what that means is people know amazing stuff about stuff. Instead of you trying to relearn it or reteach yourself or even teach yourself from the beginning, why not get with somebody that knows what the frick they're talking about and then build from that knowledge, right? So I contacted 5 photographers in our area. They're all still working today. It was through my email for my massage therapy. So I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't realize it was me. Basically, it was the same template email to all and saying, hey, my name's Jeramie. I'm a up-and-coming photographer. I'm building an interest in this. I would love to shadow and train with you, or pick your brain or something. I'll buy you coffee, you know, something to that. Well, it was a different time in Reno. And 3 of them told me to drop dead, straight up. Just said, you know what, you're going to kill the industry? No. Like, do something else. Don't do this. You didn't go to school for photography. Don't do this. And then one person didn't email back at all, even though I sent like 3 emails. The last person, which is probably the most sane person and the most business-minded person, if you will, simply told me, yeah, $600 an hour, and I'm happy to help you. I couldn't afford $600 an hour. Looking back on that, I'm not as upset with that person. I'm not upset with them. It led me to do what I had to do. But I actually had to reinvent the wheel with photography for me. I learned a lot of stuff the hard way, and which is why we now have Hatch Lab. I do these YouTube videos. I mentor. I train. Because I don't want people to spend their time wasting their time doing stuff the wrong way. Now, not that my way is the right way. You guys know I'm not saying that. But there's ways that you can do things that are smarter, that are easier, that we've learned from, right? Like, I had to install our stove last week, so I went on YouTube and watched like 6 videos on how to install a stove, and, you know, stuff that I didn't even think about, instead of me trying it and then accidentally blowing up our house, because Lindsay doesn't like that stuff. She doesn't like house blown up stuff, you know. But yeah, stuff, just stuff. I tell an emotional, sad story like that, and I lose 2 watchers? Cool, guys. So the wedding that I'm editing here is Jamie and Troy's wedding. They got married at Squaw at Plumpjack. Epic shot. On a Wednesday. And it was amazing, sunny, super sunny. And then out of nowhere, thunderstorm, rain, hail, like giant hails. I don't know if that's the right word, but you can kind of tell the sun's kind of changing here. I'm not changing my exposure or anything during the shoot. Like, I never change anything during my shoot so that I can batch edit, but the sun's changing, the sky's changing, everything's changing. So we're just gonna select the next few, batch edit to kind of keep our style close here. This is how I edit, guys. Hey, Facebookers. Go to YouTube, join in the convo. We got some things we're talking about. I'm on there for another 20 minutes or so, and then we'll be done for the day. But if you're on here, please give me a subscribe, give me a thumbs up on this video. I would totes appreciate it. And then read the description while you're there so you can kind of know what's going on with me, my photography, and what we're doing for the community of the No Town, which is Asian for Reno. I speak Asian, so I can say that. I speak Asian. Today was a good day. Is nobody working? I feel like I want to sing with this thing on. It's a spit guard. Okay, this light should be the same for the most part. Please be the same. Come on, go. Go. Yes. Better. Aww, that's cute. So I think neither Jamie nor Troy are watching this, which makes it even cooler. Oh, I don't think anybody's ever watched me edit their own photos. You know, it's a process, so like this isn't going to be it. Like, you're not looking at this and be like, yeah, it's done. But it's a process for show. Phil, email me. Go into the description. You'll find my email in the description. Email me some stuff. I didn't make any money because of it. You know what? You don't make money your first few anything, dude. I mean, that's Like, you think of it as putting in your dues. So I totally get what you're saying. You know, at least you had the knowledge to charge them something, maybe, and then that paid for the gear that you were renting. Otherwise, it happens. You know, I do a lot of shoots for quote unquote free for my portfolio. And no matter what anybody says about it, like, it helps me, it helps my work, it helps you guys find me. So, hoorah. Yeah, any links you guys want to send me, any photos, anything, go ahead and send it to my email. I check my email once a day, and if it's something that we can throw on YouTube, then I'll make sure I throw it in a video. Let me know if you guys want that. Sometimes people don't want that, but I'm doing critiques and everything. But Phil, I would just love to just see that work, so we don't have to do any weird critique or anything. I just want to see how it was, and keep that link handy, you know, in like 10 years from now when you're balling it up and you're freaking, you know, rock starring everywhere. And then you can show people, like, this is how I was, guys. This is my first wedding. Maybe we'll do a video on that. I'm going to do a video on, like, my first wedding. I got to write that down. Or my first few weddings or something. See if I can find those in archives and show you guys. So, what do you guys have on your desk? I have a palette. This helps me edit. I have a Lofree Keyboard. That's a mechanical keyboard. I have a Wacom medium tablet. This hand thing. I have a I have an iPad Pro that I watch Netflix on while I'm editing. And I always have pens and pads of paper. Pads of paper, because I write things, notes all the time as I'm editing. I'm actually at a stand-up desk right now. If you guys can't tell, I'm standing up. My desk goes up and down, and it goes on top of your existing desk. So the cool thing with this is that if you have a chair, you can just plop down if you need to, or you stand up. I've been doing this for so long standing up that I just don't sit when I work anymore, which is kind of cool. What's up, guys, on Facebook land? Go to the tubes, go to YouTubes. Come hang out with me. Oh, you can join the video as a guest? I don't know how that works on Facebook. What is it trying to tell me? Wow, that light changed significantly. You guys see like the sun in the back here? And then out of nowhere, the sun went behind a cloud, and then it creates that. So we want to try to match it somewhat without overdoing it here. So I'm just going to up the exposure, warm it up just a little bit. I'm using the palette for everything, you guys can see on my hands here. Just kind of using the palette. I'm on like a 10-second delay. So we're going to change all these to see where we're at. I'm editing 2 weddings total today, guys. I culled 2 weddings yesterday fully, which took me a couple hours. Try not to do too much today. There's a few things I have to set up for tomorrow. I have to set up a shoot with Jenna tomorrow that I'm sure is in my messages. I hate Facebook Messenger, everybody. I gotta tell you that. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. It's off topic. Those of you that are watching still, what would you do if you broke your camera today? What are your solutions? What are your options, guys? So I've thought of mine. I've thought of a couple. So I have a backup camera, which is fine. I am not comfortable going to a wedding with 1 camera. So knowing that I have a backup, my backup would maybe become my main if anything happened. If I were to shoot a wedding, I have a wedding on Saturday coming up at Zephyr. Now, I would never go to that wedding with 1 camera, so I have a couple options. The first thing I would do is you can rent one through like borrowed lenses or lensrental.com. I can ask a homie. For instance, I had a homie chef, his name's Chef, and he needed a camera to video a wedding. And instead of him having to rent it, I just let him borrow it. I didn't have anything last weekend. We were supposed to be on a trip and we didn't go, so I ended up just not doing anything. So he borrowed my camera and, you know, saved him whatever, $50, $100, however much it costs to rent. So So I could have asked a homie, I could have asked my business partner at Hatch, Ron, to borrow his camera for the day and not even use it, just kind of leave it there just in case something happened to that backup camera. Oh, these are awesome. And, or I could have just bought, which is how I think, bought a brand new camera. Why not? Buy a brand new camera and then I'm good to go. But luckily I came home, my camera turned on, everything's amazing. I have a few days to kind of watch it and play with it. And if I do need to buy a new one, I might just Gordon's it and then sell the old one or something. I'm going to check by tomorrow, make a decision if I need to Amazon Prime it to my house to get here by Friday. God, I mean, yeah, it's frustrating for sure. It's frustrating for sure. I love this light. I love what I don't like is how the light keeps coming in and out, but I love this light. Look how happy. Look at happy, happy, happy. Everybody's so happy. Hey, everybody. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I appreciate it. Today's a good day. Good day to stream. You guys are all awesome. We're here for another 15 minutes or so for the day. I've been streaming every single day. Building this channel, building this brand. And if you guys have anything you want to send me or anything you want to talk about and you miss me on here, please go ahead and read the description and find out how to send that info to me. Spoiler, it's through my email. Alright, let's just do like images here. And then YouTube people, I have people watching on Facebook Live, and their goal is to take them and go over there and like, we're gonna, hey, come over here, come over to YouTube and let's just hang out and let's just chat and let's just talk. I got this shirt dry cleaned, just so you know. I love this warm, like, it's obviously not that warm. So cool thing in Lightroom is you can actually hit this backslash button. Oh, that's definitely not the backslash button. Let's go to edit. It has to be develop screen. And you can see the image before how I shot it in camera. That's before, and that's after. Before, after. Now when people do this, and I do it too, you kind of look at it and you stare at it and you're like, I don't like it. And the key is to not stare at it too long. Right? So I actually love that. I love the little bit of warmth added to it. I love the, it's a little sharper, a little more contrast here. I'm a very contrast photographer, which means I like the blacks to pull out a little bit more. I like the grittiness. I love that stuff. I had a backup camera. Wife made me sell it. Doesn't understand why I need to. But now for weddings I rent. That's the reason. Tell her you're renting after a certain amount of time. So your backup camera doesn't have to be an expensive camera. It can be just anything that will still work with your other lenses and your other gear. You know, I urge you to get one just to have one. You never know, man. You know, and if I don't know if she's interested in photography, you can always bring her along. And just give her that backup camera to shoot along with you or something. But backup cameras help out a lot, whether it's another camera for the ceremony or if you want to do a time lapse somewhere or something. It'll definitely help out. But Joseph, I gotta tell you, man, like when I first started, like, you know how hard it was to tell my wife or not tell my wife how much shit costs? Like, oh, hey babe, I need to buy another lens. It's only like $2,000. It's white. It's white. It's Canon. It's red. It has a red line around it. Even just like website stuff, right? Building your website, buying a new iPad. I had an iPad that I thought, it turns out didn't, was stolen at a wedding. So I came home and we didn't have it anymore, so it was gone. So I had to buy a new one. And then when I got home, I found it. But I kept it. Photography is just buying stuff. How do we hashtag that? Photographers, just buy stuff. I mean, that's really it. Cute. I like that. So I'm going to try to keep these all the same edit, which is my... Let's just do it to about here. Sync that, baby. So guys, what we're doing is called batch editing on the latter part of this video here. I select the first image that I want and all the edits that happen in there. So if you look to the right, all of the exposure, contrast, all that, all my stuff that I've set up from the beginning of the photo. I've done that, and then if I've done it correctly, I can then select the next X amount of images within that scene. So for instance, I'm shooting them in this little spot, and we really don't move much from the spot. So if I don't change my camera settings at all, I can batch edit and get all these images done with one click. I'm a little more anal than that, and I feel like you should be too, but theoretically, if you kind of notice, everything's changing, the lighting's all the same. So we're gonna watch these images kind of change, and if they don't change the way that I want, it's because the light has either changed, or I messed up and I moved my shutter when I shouldn't have, or I adjusted my f-stop when I shouldn't have, or lowered or higher my ISO. Just something changed in my end that I shouldn't have changed. And the more that I change, the longer it takes me to edit. So the less that I change in a shoot, I can rock this shit out fast. 4-hour work week, guys. We don't want to do everything ourselves. So I just got off the phone with a social media, let's say, expert. Her job, or her business, is to help businesses like mine, or any other business, with social media. And I think run their pages for them to build up their social media. So right now, obviously, I'm trying to build up YouTube. I have a really good following on Instagram, but I'm trying to build engagements. I'm actually trying to build people to actually like talk to me. And Twitter, I actually just created that account one day just to link my Facebook and my Instagram to it. But I've never actually gone on and like followed anybody or done anything on it. So the people that have found me just kind of found me. Wow, that's red. What is that glowing off of? So she emailed me, and I was like, yeah, send me some info. So I'm excited to see what she can do. Depends on her pricing and what she does and all that stuff. But you know, you guys may see a change in my social media here. I am not a writer, so I really won't write a lot of stuff when I upload a photo. It's just like upload photo, done, boom, have a good day. Cool. And change magic. We're kissing, and we're loving. I love these bright, airy shots over here. So, a little pro tip here, guys. If you notice, this groom has no follicles on the top of his head. He's bald. Flowers are my focus. He's bald. So, if you shoot a bald guy, see this like white right here? If you shoot a bald guy and that's like in his background, so if this white was back here behind his head, what would happen is his head would actually just fall into the background completely. There it is. I don't know if you guys see that. It might be black and white later. Will just fall into the background, and it'll look like he just has eyes and nose and a mouth. It's a common mistake I see a lot of photographers make, that they need to just pay a little more attention. So what I've done is I put him, and I made sure that there was something darker behind him. For instance, that green right there. So you can tell the top of his head is even like bright right here. So imagine like this is a sky. It would just fall into it. And then at that point, there's nothing you can really do to take it back. So just be aware. And the reason I am aware is because it's happened to me, and I've gotten yelled at one of my first weddings. Happy wife, happy life. Yay. Yeah, but what about happy dudes? Happy husband. Somebody work on that, please. Give me something. Happy wife, happy life. Everything we do is for our wives. Yay, but I agree. Hashtag blessed. Every time I buy something, I pay cash with my shoot money. But at the moment, I'm cut off. That's how I got my first Best Buy card, to be honest. We now have a large limit off of that. Oh, I forgot to batch. Happy life. I mean, happy wife, happy life. All right, guys, you're with me for another 5 minutes. Photography's just buy stuff. Yes, good hashtag. So you guys are with me for another few minutes. Thank you guys all for tuning in today. You guys can rewatch the video to see what you missed. But if you're here, please watch the description or read the description. Give me a subscribe. Just show the support of the page. And if you guys want to actually participate in this, click on the bell, and it'll actually notify you when I go live. And I'm going around this time every day. I'm trying to do once a day, and we'll have a different topic every day. If you guys want to send me anything to critique, please do so. I will critique the best that I can with the knowledge that I have and how I would do things, rather than the technical stuff. You know, more of just like I look at an image and be blah blah blah. And I think somebody's sending me actually website stuff too to kind of to do. But yeah. Pretty. All right, so this lighting is changing here. So we've got to tweak this down just a little. Dude, I need to turn the air on in this house. It's getting hot. It's getting hot in here. Just take off all your clothes. I am getting so hot. Alright, everything should be the same around here for a while because we're all outside, nothing's changing. So I'm actually going to batch it at the whole rest of this wedding. And then less tweaking is going to happen. Oh, that's all going to change right there for sure. But I want to get the same coloring here. I don't want to change too much. Oh! $128 ounces a day, guys. Drink that Wawa. I want to take my clothes off. It's getting hot in her. Awesome, guys. All right, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'm going to bail because I'm going to bail. I'll be back tomorrow-ish, hopefully around the same time. I'm not sure what's going down. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'm going to continue editing these. We'll see what we got tomorrow. And then I'll work on a topic for tomorrow as well. Again, my camera is fixed. It's fixed itself. It's better. Read the comments as well. Steve will be in town coming on Monday through Thursday at the minimum. And he will be at Nevada Fine Arts at 1301 South Virginia to clean all our camera and lenses. If you guys haven't had your camera cleaned, please do so. The sensor is the most important thing in your camera. You need to get it cleaned. I don't know if that's true. I just said that. I feel like that was true. He charges $50 for a camera and a lens. Anything more will be more. But amazing deal. And your camera will be clean for a while. And he'll come back couple times every year. He used to own Camera Clinic. Well, I think he still owns Camera Clinic, but he used to live here in Sparks and did it. And does not anymore. But yeah, do that. And I will talk to you guys later. Enjoy your day.